What's up, you guys? Welcome to day 12 of Vlogmas. Today, I want to get us back in the holiday spirit, and I want to talk about my top 5 favorite holiday movies. Now, when I think about my holiday movies that I have picked, I love them and can watch them every single year and have for I don't know how long, over 34 years at this point, okay? So I'm gonna go from least favorite to favorite, with them all being my favorite, of course, but we're gonna start at number 5. Okay, coming in at number 5 is A Christmas Story. Now, when I think about A Christmas Story, I think about Rafi, him on the quest to find that Red Ryder BB gun, right? Also, I think about his crazy father who fell in love with a leg lamp, the crazy mom who got jealous of it. I just was a kid whenever I first saw this, and I just remember being so just baffled at this scene of this man falling in love with a lamp and the mom being jealous of it. And obviously when I got older, lo and behold, I ain't never gonna be jealous of no daggone lamp, but I guess that lamp offered some sex appeal that she didn't. It's just crazy. And then you got the infamous scene where Rafi got his tongue stuck on this freezing ice cold pole and was there for hours on end. It was like no one could come help this kid. This movie honestly, it don't make no sense, but I can't turn away. If AMC plays it, I'm going to watch it. It's just a classic. You know, it's something that I grew up with. So obviously I'm just going to tune in because it's just bring back nostalgia at its finest. So it is number 5 on my list. Coming in at number 4 is Home Alone 2 Lost in New York with my guy Kevin McAllister. Okay, so I mean, to be a sequel to a movie that was just amazing from start to finish, and for it to be just as dope, that's very few far and in between, because usually sequels, they kind of suck. They don't really tell the story of the first story. It was really created out of just thin air because maybe the first movie did great, so they just thought they'd make a second one and it'd be just as great, and it usually falls flat. This movie did not do that. I love seeing Kevin explore New York. I love seeing him raid the Plaza Hotel, having those hotel workers just, I mean, he gave them a run for their money. And someone who used to work in the hotel industry, like, today, there's no way that kid could have got away with what he got away with in the movie. Obviously, it's a movie, of course. But that's what makes it so fun. But the kid lived it up, okay? Not only was he at the Plaza Hotel, he had a luxury suite. He had room service. He had people waiting on him hand and foot. He had a limo waiting for him with his favorite cheese pizza. He went to the toy store. He met a friend, because he always meets a friend that he's afraid of, right? And he met this lady that fed the birds, you know, and she taught him a little something about life. And, you know, there's always a lesson to learn in Home Alone, which is just so great. And not only that, the Rockefeller Center tree is something that I actually have seen with my very own eyes. And to know that I first saw it on that movie, and then being able to see that with my kid, I mean, New York at Christmas time is just simply magical. It's magical, you guys. It makes me want to book a trip right now because it's just such a magical, fun place to go visit, especially around this time. So Home Alone 2, you have my heart at number 4. Okay, so coming in at number 3 is This Christmas. Now, this one literally hits home, okay? Literally. Because it's all about family and love and coming together and all the craziness that happens when you do come together. You know, I've experienced this a time or two of my life, you know, growing up every year, getting with the family, and just having things come, you know, to everyone's attention, and, you know, it may be shocking to other people, and, you know, family secrets coming out, stuff like that. I don't necessarily care for the drama, let's be honest, but I do love the togetherness, and I love the family time and the love, and, you know, the special memories they're creating. And I mean, Loretta Devine, her in any movie is always going to be just heartwarming and heartfelt. She's just such an incredible actor, and I'm not sure if this is Chris Brown's first movie role, but he did so great. And, you know, remaking the song This Christmas and having his own little, you know, swing on the song. And, you know, to this day, I think that movie came out in 2007, which, 2007 is 17 years ago. It blows my mind that 2007 is 17 years ago, which means that movie is that old. It doesn't even seem like that. But, you know, it's one of those movies that I love. I love watching it with my kid, with my family, with my friends. Like, it's just one that I'll always play. It doesn't get old. I love the ending where everyone is doing like the Soul Train, because that's what the Black families do. We love to get in Soul Train lines, honey, and we love to like dance and have a good time. Like, that movie reminds me of home and family, because that's exactly how my family acts whenever we get together, especially in my younger years. We would create Soul Train lines and dance down the line and have a good time and, you know, eat good food. Like I said, creating those core memories. So that movie reminds me of that. So it's coming in at number 3. Okay, so coming in at number 2 is A Miracle on 34th Street. Now, this movie just feels like a hug. It is a reminder to believe in the magic of this season, no matter how old you are. Okay, whenever I watch this movie, to me, Santa Claus exists, okay? Because the movie was just so well put, you know, and I just love, like, the message. Just believing in the magic, like I said, of the season, and Santa Claus just being more than Santa Claus, but actually being portrayed as human in this movie. It's just such a sweet, heartfelt movie. Like, it really does tug at your heartstrings, and it's one that I don't watch every year, but I do love the movie. That's why it's ranked at number 2, because every time I do see it, it does choke me up every time without question. Like, I've never seen it before, because I don't know who wrote the movie, but they did such an incredible job. And I mean, I would advise everyone to watch it. If you've never seen Miracle on 34th Street, I think it came out in the, like, there's an older one, of course, like from the 30s, 40s. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one that was made in like the early 90s. I believe it's early 90s. That's the one that I fell in love with. And that's the one where I'm like, I don't care if I'm 41 years old and I'm like watching that movie. Santa Claus is real. Let's believe in Kris Kringle. Let's believe in the North Pole and the elves and Mrs. Claus and, you know, the 8 reindeer. Let's believe in all of that, even if it's just for a moment. That movie does a great job in having me just believe it's all true. So number 2, Miracle on 34th Street. Now, I know you guys know what number 1 is. I have mentioned it a couple times during Vlogmas this year, but coming in at number 1 is Home Alone, the first one. Now, this movie, like I said, it holds like a special place in my heart, because it was the very first movie I've ever seen at the movies with my mom in 1990, 34 years ago, was this movie. And not only that, the movie is just so good. Now, this is one I do watch every year. For the last 34 years, I haven't missed a year. We'll never miss a year, because it's just, it makes me feel like a kid again. I'm still one who just, right now, I feel like whenever I turn 40, nostalgia just hit hard. Like, I've been hardcore on nostalgia. And obviously, Home Alone brings all the nostalgia, okay? But when you think about that movie, and just how just fun it is, and how he outsmarted the freaking burglars, and, you know, the adults didn't give him a lot of credit, but that little guy, like, he lived on his own. I don't know how many days was it? I've seen this movie 34 years and I don't know. I feel like they were only gone for a couple days, but in those couple days, like, he did everything that he could to make sure that he took care of his home. He was the man of the house. He went grocery shopping. You know, he did so many different things that they didn't think that he was able to do at 8 years old at the time. And, you know, more than anything, it's just a fun movie. I have such a good time, and it's one that I've passed down to my kid, and, you know, she loves the movie. My whole family loves the movie. It's just one that we all love, you know, so much. And it's when I fell in love with Carol of the Bells. Like, I love that song. I will never be able to sing it, but every time I hear it, I get choked up, because not only do I think of the scene in Home Alone, how they sing that song is just so beautiful. I don't even know how they do it. I would feel like I would mess up every time it's my part to do something. But you know, whenever I hear the singer sing it, the sopranos, they don't rest at all. Carol of the Bells is everything. And, you know, every time I hear that song, I think about that movie. That movie is my childhood, you know, and it will always be my favorite Christmas movie. I don't care if one comes out and I feel like it's a little bit better. It will never top Home Alone. It will always be number 1. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for day 12 of Vlogmas. I hope you enjoyed my top 5 favorite movies. Number 5 being A Christmas Story. Number 4, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Number 3, This Christmas. Number 2, Miracle on 34th Street. And number 1, Home Alone. I'm actually going to go put on a holiday movie right now. You know, I'm feeling real festive. I'm in the spirit, ready to relax for the day. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me on day 12. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 13. And tomorrow's Friday the 13th. I didn't even think about that. So maybe we'll do something a little fun, a little twist. Not for sure what it's going to be, but fun and interesting. All right, you guys. Peace out.